these things in view, if ultimately, as we said, the uh, orders are there from the Ministry of Home Affairs, but there may be possibility that you may not have sufficient resources to pay the wages. In that case, what you are going to do? What you will have to do is you will have to see that all the documentation is complete, all communications are complete. Then you will have to understand what were the legal consequences, and where on account of financial difficulties you are unable to pay, you will have to have adequate justification with you, so that in the time when the prosecution takes place, or the labor office calls for your explanation, or they want you to explain why the wages were not paid, then you will be able to explain it. I repeat, in any case, when the inflow is not there, the outflow of funds also cannot take place, and that will depend on the paying capacity of the employer, whether they want to pay the wages or they don't want to pay the wages. Of course, the government directive is that you have to pay the wages, but if you are not paying the wages, then you have to take a call there how you are going to justify your stand, for which your financial papers, financial data, financial equations, they should be well documented, and you should be able to prove it before the court that you did not have the capacity to pay to the employees and the workmen, and therefore the prosecution or the penal action should be dropped against you. This is what is required to be done. You will have to be transparent during this period of lockdown. You will have to see that your documents are in order, and you observe not only the precautions that have been given by the government, whether it is the central government or the state government. You will have to see that you follow the policies which you have laid down, even for your day to day functioning, so that you can give answers in a transparent manner. I rest my PPT with this. Any questions that are there, they may be taken up now.
So in this slide, I just want to discuss a bit more on the last option, last caption, which says follow industry practices. So, in my opinion, even if you are following the industry practice of not paying to the employees for the month of April, because I have heard, there are many news which are coming from either Haryana or from UP, that industry have consolidated among themselves, they and the whole associations, they are saying to the government that we are not going to pay the April salary because we don't have funds. So even if your company or your establishment is following that decision, that doesn't save you from negative actions from the labor office. Am I right, Mr. Kedia?
Yes, yes, definitely.
So
So these
we
are the
need to
these
be.
are the various precautions that need to be taken. But what I am saying is, you need to be transparent whenever you have to, face the labor authorities or the other statutory authorities. Definitely, because the penal action will have to be contested in the court of law. So if you are transparent, you have documented each and everything, you will be able to prove it, and therefore you may not be loaded with the liability there.
Sure, sure. So before we move to the question and answer sessions, can you please highlight something to our members on ESI sickness benefits
Yes.
on which contention is
See,
going on? Yeah,
yeah, there is some kind of WhatsApp message that has been going on, and that has been floating across, that ESI. I will explain it this way. The gist of that WhatsApp communication that has been floating indicates that the employee will go to the ESI dispensary. He will say that he is unable to go to his place of work, and therefore he should be issued a medical certificate, on the basis of which he will be able to remain absent from the place of work, and he will get the sickness benefit, which may amount to up to 91 days of benefits during two consecutive benefit periods. So to that extent, that is thereby meaning to say that the ESI dispensary or the ESI hospital where the employee has gone, saying that he is unable to go to the place of work on account of COVID-19. Of course, that may not be there. He may or he may not be suffering from COVID-19. If he is suffering, definitely he will be issued a medical certificate, or he will be referred to a hospital. It is in respect of those employees who are not sick but are unable to report at the place of work, because the place of work is not functional. In those cases, the WhatsApp message suggests that the person can go to the ESI dispensary, ask for a medical certificate saying that he, on account of the apprehension that he may suffer from COVID-19, he is unable to go to the place of work, and therefore please issue a medical certificate which will make him eligible to get the benefits under ESI Act to the extent of 91 days. This is not being done by any of the ESI dispensaries. I am making it very clear. No ESI dispensary, no ESI hospital is issuing a medical certificate to any workman who is not otherwise sick and who says or who contends that he is unable to go to the place of work because he is apprehensive of getting affected by COVID-19 and he wishes to avoid going to the place of work. Am I clear here?
Yes, yes, Mr. Kedia, thank you.
Yeah.
So I
So
have got few questions. Yeah.
this two page WhatsApp message that has been circulating around has no value. Even otherwise, if people would go through the this two page note which is floating around, see it says the word ESI should. Had it been shall, then it should have been shall. Should is someone should do it. If he is not doing it, that is something different. Okay.
And also, I would like to add in Mr. Kedia's view that nowadays WhatsApp viral messages are coming to all of us in a big way, and it should be our duty first of all before we circulate it to anybody else. It should be our duty to check from the government portals or from a consultant or from lawyers on the you can say authenticity of such messages. Then only we should forward it. Otherwise, nowadays government is taking stern actions against somebody who is making these messages viral, and they might issue notices to chartered accountants also if we are not careful enough to circulate any such message to anybody, even to our clients or to the public masses in general. So please do verify on all such messages. And you will not believe there are many government signed orders which are fake, as we have seen earlier at the time of income tax dates extension or MCA dates extension, that sometimes we get to know of date extension emails. So we should, at this time we should be extra cautious, because every industry, everybody is in pain. So this is our moral duty as well as professional duty.